New government research indicates 1 in 110 U.S. children have an autism spectrum disorder. That's higher than a previous estimate of 1 in 150, and those numbers keep changing. Autism spectrum disorder are a group of related brain-based disorders that affect a child's behavior, social, and communication skills. Autistic disorder, or classic autism, is the most commonly known type of ASD. We'll look at the early signs of autism and hear how early intervention can have a profound impact on the quality of life for children and their families.
He was hitting the milestones, the developmental milestones, but then he stopped, like right before he turned 2.
A lot of his actions weren't age appropriate, so we started paying more attention onto what he was doing and how he was developing. And it became apparent when we would take him for medical visits that some of the nurses and doctors recommended or suggested that we did an evaluation for autism.
Todd and Angela Tucci's son Dominic was diagnosed with autism, a complex developmental disorder which causes problems with social interaction and communication. Angela says it was difficult to understand her son's behaviors early on. It was no day at the park.
Everything was a problem. Getting out of the car. By problem, I mean the transitions. They were just so difficult for him. His mind couldn't get around, okay, now we're doing this. It took him just like 20 minutes to get, okay, you have to get out of the car.
The number of people diagnosed with autism appears to be growing dramatically. For example, a report prepared by Easter Seals shows 3,400 children ages 3 to 5 in California schools during the 1999-2000 school year had autism. 8 years later, that number jumped by more than 6,000. There is no established explanation for this increase, but environmental influences and improved diagnosis are two reasons often considered. Dr. Maureen Dunn, the Director of Autism Services at Easter Seals for Central California, explains these days autism can be detected early.
Autism is a complex developmental disorder that typically appears in the first 3 years of life. Children with autism can be reliably diagnosed by 18 months.
Autism can affect any child. It knows no racial, ethnic, or socioeconomic boundaries, and for unknown reasons, it is 4 times more prevalent in boys than in girls. Dominic is 5 years old now. Diagnosed at age 3, he received early intervention, which his parents say has made all the difference.
He started talking. He started being aware of his world. I think that the early intervention is the key. We're really blessed with Dominic because he just has come a long way.
The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that infants be screened for autism at 18 months and 24 months during routine well baby checks. Dr. Dunn shares a few of the red flags parents can watch for.
One factor that usually prompts a concern for possible autism is when a child does not respond to his or her name being called. Other possible indicators of autism are when a child doesn't smile by 6 months.
With some children, language skills are slow to develop or speech is delayed. Some people with autism are never able to talk.
There's usually some sort of language delay, so if a child's not using one word by 16 months or 2-word phrases by 24 months, that's usually a cause for concern that a parent would want to bring their child in for further evaluation.
Later, autism can be characterized by restrictive and repetitive behaviors.
His is with his fingers, so he will wiggle his fingers in front of his eyes.
There is no known cause or cure for autism, but there are ways to help minimize the symptoms and maximize learning.
It has been shown that children that do receive intensive early intervention prior to age 5 are more likely to later on become independent and, also enter the typical school system.
Dominic has had the benefit of different treatments, including applied behavioral analysis at the Central California Autism Center at Fresno State, where he works with a therapist for 6 hours each day. Angela recalls an experience at a family dinner where Dominic became uncomfortable, but due to treatment and learned strategies, Dominic was able to manage the situation.
He asked everybody to just stop. He said, there's too many people here. There's too much going on. I need a moment. And, I mean, my family's very, very open to the autism and to what the little things that we need to do every day to help Dominic kind of live calmly. So everybody stopped.
Today, Dominic is high functioning and happy, and the Tucci say they will continue to meet challenges head on while making sure to celebrate the joys of their family life.
So we've been very, very fortunate. We've lived pretty much a normal life. There's a lot that needs to be done and a lot that we do, and it is a lifelong battle, but we've been fortunate.
If you'd like to learn more about the early diagnosis of autism, just go to kvpt.org and click on 0 to 5 in 30 minutes. Also online, you can hear more from Dr. Maureen Dunn on the role of Easter seals in the Central Valley. We have an exclusive web video for you, and if you'd like to contact Easter seals directly, the number is 241-7233.
This program funded in part by First 5 Fresno County. At First 5, we focus on the first 5 years of life. We fund programs and services that better the lives of children in Fresno County.
Additional funding from First 5 Tulare County. Changing lives and building futures. Because it's all about the kids.
And First 5 Madera County, strengthening communities through the Family Resource Centers, where it's all about the kids.